who, what, why, when, how you can hunt Camp Pendleton this year. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am your host and really the only person ever on this channel, Mike Rogers. And as I just stated, we will be talking about the 2021 rules and regs for Camp Pendleton, and personally, why I think is one of the best hunting spots in San Diego if you have access, and why you should hunt there. Let's get right into it. Before we get into the rules and regs, I have to do a little self-selling. I am so sorry. I have my first merch drop. Me and a company called Willowwood Design Co. hooked up and got together, and he made me some sick-ass coasters. To make this even better, it has a bottle opener on the back. I'm taking pre-orders right now. My email is in the description. Go ahead and shoot me a message if you would like to pre-order one. I'll be doing 1 for 12, 2 for 20, 3 for 30, and so on and so forth. Let me know if you want one. Bottle opener on the back. Thanks. Now let's actually get into the video. All right, getting into the meat and potatoes of this video. The way it's going to be broken down is we're going to go in order of who, how, what, when, where, and why you should hunt Camp Pendleton. Specifically focused on deer. I will talk about other animals in here briefly, maybe some upland game, coyotes, rabbits, all the smaller game. So if you want to jump to a specific section of this video, I put it down in the comments with the time frame of, or whatever, the time mark of when I start talking about that. So go ahead and feel free and get there. But other than that, let's get into it. Obviously, you're not seeing my face right now, but first and foremost, who can hunt Camp Pendleton? As you see this list in front of you, it breaks it down: active duty military, DoD civilian employees, retired DoD civilian employees, drilling reservists, one immediate family member of the above, dependents with ID card from the categories listed above, and more than one immediate family member as well. And the catch-22 here is the VIP hunter. So the VIP hunter is kind of interesting. The best example I could give, since it just happened this year, was the Born and Raised guys. Came out, they talked to the chief game warden, I believe his name is Mike, and they got authorization to hunt. So unless you're on that kind of level, I don't know what would be considered a VIP. Additionally, some things that some people brought up to me is that veterans, and I don't see veterans on here, veterans can't hunt, which is kind of crazy because they have retired DoD civilian employees and retired military. Keyword is retired, so 20 years of service. I don't know what the DoD and civilian employee is. On top of this, minimum age is 12. If you are under the age of 18, make sure you have an adult with you. And all hunters must have stamps, tags, stamps for game birds, tags, and a California hunting license. And of course, we'll get into it more in a second, your hunter safety course. The who and the how kind of tie in, but now we're gonna get more into the how part of this. So besides the normal things that you need to hunt, like license, tags, and stuff like that, Camp Pendleton does require you to take a hunter safety course in addition to the hunter safety course that you already had prior to you getting a hunting license anyway. New for 2021 though, for archers specifically, they created a archery proficiency course which requires the archer to shoot a bedded doe from 30 yards away. You need to get at least 2 of 3 of the arrows within the vital zone of the doe that is bedded. And on top of that, yes, you could shoot a bedded doe. So to continue with the how, you need to log into iSportsman and create an account. Thank goodness Camp Pendleton created this, or started using iSportsman app, because it makes things so much earlier. Prior to 2020, you had to physically stand outside of the game warden's office every morning to reserve the spot. Now, through iSportsman, you could be in spot and check in, I believe, at 05, and you're already there and you don't have to wait in line. On top of that, this year was the first year that they held a lottery for the Camp Pendleton G10 tag. The lottery's already passed, so you might have missed your opportunity, but feel free and check online to see if they have any leftovers, so you could go to the MCX and pick up your own. Okay, now we're gonna get into the what and the when, kind of combined. So as you're seeing on your screen right now, what you could hunt is listed on the left for game species, and when, the calendar up on top, and the dates you could hunt below. So if we're gonna focus strictly on deer, for example, you have archery deer season from September 4th to November 28th. Remember, on Camp Pendleton, you can only hunt weekends and federal holidays. So the opening weekend is Memorial Day weekend, so we have a 3-day weekend to open up the season. Same with the muzzleloader deer. Looks like September 4th to December 5th, only when fire danger ratings is high or below. And then lastly, you got your rifle season. You have October 9th to 11th, that sucks. November 12th to 14th, that also sucks. November 26th to 28th. Managed to spread hunter effort and limited to 600 hunter days. I feel bad for y'all riflemen. I'm a bow hunter for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time. But so last year was an absolutely horrible year with the fire dangers. It was, at least for rifle and the muzzleloader guys. Archery, we were good because, you know, we ain't gonna start no fires. But to touch on some bigger animals that people like to hunt, I am still borderline on hunting coyote for the first time, but coyote in California in general is year-round. All you need is a hunting license, no coyote tags. I know there are a bunch of bird, upland bird. It's not a bird hunting guy, but your dates are there as well. Looks like September 4th. The dove opener, actually, you know what, dove, yeah. So dove opener September 4th as well, and it goes to September 12th, and then November 13th to December 26th. So good luck to all you dove hunters. To continue on the what you can hunt, specifically for deer, remember for us archers, the AO tag is authorized on Camp Pendleton, and additionally, you could use it to hunt does, all right? Outside of Camp Pendleton, AO is specifically bucks, but on Camp Pendleton, does are allowed. Keep that in mind, and also keep in mind that if you see a deer and you're thinking about shooting it, shoot it. The only reason I say that is because that area you may, or that area you are in may not be open the next weekend or for the rest of the season. For example, last year I saw 4 or 5 deer in a specific spot, but I held back because it was early in the season, and I saw a really nice buck that I honestly didn't have a shot on, but that area was not open for the rest of the season, or if it was for rifle only. Bow hunters not allowed. So just keep that in mind. If you do see a deer, the rule of thumb on Camp Pendleton is if it's worth harvesting, harvest it. To continue with the where, as you see on your screen right now, we're in the regulations tab up here in the top right. This is where you'll read everything that we have kind of talked about. If you look to the far right, you will see maps. All right, these maps aren't the best. For example, we're just open Delta, and this is what you're gonna get. The good thing though is you could match this with your onX Hunt app. I'm not sure if it works for, what's the other big one? Go Hunt yet, but this is where you'll find your hunt maps. In addition to the where are the deer on Camp Pendleton, everyone asks me this, what's the hot spots? It is also in here somewhere. I'm not gonna tell you where, but it'll tell you the harvest reports per area. But I will give you the best spot to hunt on Camp Pendleton to find deer. Everywhere, literally everywhere. I know that's not what you're looking for, but I'm not even joking. There are deer literally all over Camp Pendleton in every single area. Do certain spots have higher populations? Yes, look for water. I've said this before. But on top of this, where to hunt. Lastly, why? Why do I think people should hunt Camp Pendleton? Plenty of reasons. The biggest one is that it's controlled. Pros and cons to it. So the pros of the control part is that they only allow a certain amount of hunters in the area. I think that is huge. So if you're on a certain spot that has like a lake or something, you know that there are only X amount of hunters there, potentially 5, which could be beneficial because you know it won't get swarmed by 30 other people. The con is that it's controlled. And what I mean by that is you can't get into spot at 3 a.m. and wait for sunrise at 6. They only allow you in a certain area. I believe check-in is at 5, which means you technically cannot start walking into that area until 05. And if your spot is about an hour hike in, you may or may not miss the prime time in the morning. Why else you should hunt Camp Pendleton is because the game wardens take care of it, all right? There's a crap ton of deer. It's secluded, and yes, I guess it's considered private land for those who don't have access. At least they would consider it private, but for us who do have access, it is a diamond in the rough. Not so much after this video, I'm sure, but there is so many deer there, and I'm good size. My buddy Trent actually broke the Camp Pendleton record last year. I think it was close to 200-pound deer, nice dark 4x4. You guys should be seeing a picture of it. But the game wardens monitor everything. So you know there are deer there on base. You just have to make sure you find the specific area. But as I previously mentioned, they're literally in every area. Okay, to wrap up this video, just a few other things. So you do need a base hunting permit, which is a one-time fee of $20. Not a big deal. They're gonna take some of your info, you're gonna register your car. So you'll have to have that hunting permit on your dashboard when you're hunting. Trust me, last year, I potentially, who knows what really would happen, missed $2 because my permit was not on my dashboard. So make sure you got your thing on your dashboard. Also, when you harvest a deer, you have to bring it back to the game warden office. On top of that, you can't do the boneless method. You have to take out the guts and bring the whole carcass back. The game wardens verify the deer and your tags and your license, so just make sure you have that all on you. And to continue on that topic, make sure your deer is tagged prior to you bringing it back to the game warden's office. They had a huge deal with that last year. California state rules and regs state, once you harvest a deer, put the tag on it. Don't transport your deer without the tag on it. That's it. I guarantee I missed a whole bunch of stuff. That was just the things that came to my mind when I think hunted Camp Pendleton. For those of you who have never hunted, those are just some of the bigger topics. But if you do want to get more into it, like specifically on rifle caliber and stuff like that, the link for iSportsman and the information we just talked about is in the comments, so go ahead and click there. Additionally, what's in there is my Gmail, if you want to do pre-orders for my coasters. All right, guys, that's it. If this is your first time joining, thank you for watching. For my returning viewers, thank you for watching. Please click subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be putting out so much content during hunting season, and I have 2 tags personally this year, so hopefully we can get our first buck. But shoot, I'll take 2 does, really doesn't matter to me. Until next time, thank you so much for watching again, and let's start hunting. Peace.